For anyone out there who's just going through something, heartbreak or not knowing what to do or pressure or being bullied or whatever it is, like, just keep going through it. A lot of the time you need to suffer to come out a better person. And this is a quote from this philosopher, and it says, "You have to have chaos inside you to give birth to a dancing star." And I know a lot of people will sit here and go, "Oh my God, he's so cringy," or whatever. It's just a nice way, a beautiful way of telling the truth. Some of the biggest growth periods I've ever had have been because of heartbreak, because of not being where I wanted to be, because I hated myself, because I had anxiety. Some of these biggest accomplishments I've ever accomplished have been right after a time where I've hated myself, a time where I didn't believe in myself as much. Of course, no one ever knows what someone's going through. You can't describe to me what you've gone through because only you were there. But there was nights where, I'd be crying to myself, or, and I know it's embarrassing, but even to my mom, where, I'd be crying and saying, I didn't like myself because of this, I didn't like myself because of this. And, just like fucking feeling rotten, feeling like I wasn't worth anything and not liking myself enough to get myself up off the couch or the bed and actually fucking do something with my life. And because I felt like that, because I felt those ways, there's sometimes where I'd go out at 11 o'clock and just run along the canal beside my house all the way to my school and all the way back. And, my legs would be fucking killing me. I'd have a cold from doing it. This would be in the middle of winter, and my mom would say, no, it would be, I'd get in trouble. But when I come back, my mom would be like, "Oh, where were you? Why did you go out this late?" And I'd get in really big trouble for going and doing this run. But I'd have my headphones on and I'd have David Goggins shouting in my ear. Just listening to his stories was something that really inspired me. I really looked up to his way of motivating people, of looking at yourself and saying, yeah, I am that. I am this. I am skinny. I am everything that people say I am in a bad way. And like, what am I going to do? Am I going to just take that? Am I going to just say, yeah, you're right, and fucking curl up in a ball? No, I was going to go out and prove them wrong, show them that I was something more than they thought I was. And then I'd get, to my school and I'd sit there in the dark and, the streets would be empty and maybe one or two cars would come by. And I'd just be thinking in my head would be full of thoughts. My head would be full of me going, I'm sick of this fucking shit. I'm sick of whatever was going on in my life at that time, whether it was someone talking shit to me or like just not being able to talk to girls at all, or, having a heartbreak. I knew that doing these runs at midnight, doing these workouts, these intense workouts, until failure, they were all to prove to myself that I wasn't who these people were saying I was. And, do you think that's going to be any different from financially, any different from mentally? No. I'm going to do the exact fucking same thing with money, the exact fucking same thing with my mindset. Who the fuck watching my videos actually thinks I'm going to become a millionaire? And of course there's people there and they're going, I hope he gets what he wants, or, at best. And then there's other people making fun of me. When I started my podcast, do you think I'm an idiot? Do you think I'm blind to social embarrassment? No. I started that podcast and my parents were like, "Oh no, he's going to be fucking made fun of for this. He's going to be torn apart." And I was. In my comments for like the first good few episodes was people taking the piss out of me. People just seeing me trying to do something with my fucking life and just ripping me apart for it. Seeing what I was doing, seeing that I was trying to become more than this scrawny little fucking kid with nothing and trying to turn myself into something. And these people saw that and they were like, "Oh no, let's keep him down. Let's keep him in the same place he is. We don't want him to be better than us." But guess fucking what? It didn't work. Did I stop recording my podcast episodes? No. Did I stop uploading my podcast episodes? No. Now, people obviously, Bailey posts shirtless fucking pictures. Bailey posts, workout videos, even though he's fucking skinny. There's nothing that you will ever say that will make me change my mind. It is all progress, and I'm posting it for you guys so you can see the progress and you can look back and go, holy shit, maybe I should have been nice to Bailey when I had the chance. And I was that kid who did not believe in himself and wasn't physically the way I wanted to be. And I did that run. I did that running, and I did the workouts. And you should never stop. You should always look for more progress, more tasks to complete. And working out is it's only one factor of self-improvement. Self-improvement is the idea of making yourself, knowing who you are, knowing who you want to be, knowing that what everyone else says isn't true about you. It's all inside your own head. What you say about you is the reality. And it went from physical. I was ashamed of myself. I didn't like myself physically, and I did those runs. I did those workouts. I still do those runs. I still do those workouts on an everyday basis. And it's because, I enjoy myself. I only want to get better. And I only want to prove to everyone that, you know what? Like, I'm not who you think I am. I'm who I want to be. And I can be anyone I want to. I can be anything I want to. And I will accomplish my goals. And I will get there. And you will see it. Like all these people who were making fun of me for my first podcast episode, my first, physique picture for progress on my working out, who made fun of me for that shit. Like, you're going to see the progress. You're going to see me become exactly who I say I'm going to become. And, financially, that's only one extra part. You think I'm worried? You think I'm stressed? You think I give a fuck about us going back to school after the summer holidays? No, I don't give a fuck, because I know school doesn't matter to me. I don't give a shit about school. I'm working so hard every day, and only I know the work I put in. And I'm very proud of myself for putting that work in. And if you do the same thing, you should be able to appreciate the work you put in. And as I said before, it's only a matter of time before the financial part comes to it. I had a shitty mindset. I did not believe in myself. I fixed it. I was super skinny. I wasn't fit at all. I couldn't defend myself at all. I fixed it.